fnatic remain undefeated with that victory against Na'Vi on Overpass 16-9 there. A big win for them. Going into this second map on Mirage, everything is looking fantastic. Are they able to keep it up? Are they able to get another victory under their belt and remain undefeated? The only undefeated team we'll have in the league.
Yeah, they're looking pretty strong at the moment, playing a lot of different maps, but the ethos seems to be the same. Good team play, individuals also performing really well. Crims, more than anyone else, he seems to have had a resurgence of sorts after the roster change.
He went out, sat on a rock, found himself, did a bit of meditation, and now he's back. The Rock himself. It's great to see.
Yeah, it definitely is. He is like a cornerstone for his team. And when you go look at the glory days of fnatic, he was always one of the shining stars. Obviously, they all were kind of, but I think he was above a lot of it in a lot of very crucial situations.
Yeah, but never in the spotlight. To an extent, right? And never the biggest player. So it will be
cornerstone.
It will be very interesting to see whether he will become that player now after the changes.
There is a lot to talk about with the positives of fnatic, and we've been doing that all week so far. But let's move away from them and let's start talking about the negatives that we see, or things that we can possibly see from that first game that might slowly filter into the gameplay of Na'Vi. One for me that stands out is the lack of a proper entry fragger. Now, before, when they had Guardian as the main AWPer, it was like a Guardian Simple combo that I thought was quite cool. Now, if Simple is the one doing a lot of the AWPing, who's going to be entry fragging? I don't think it doesn't really suit flamie, because you look at him as more of a rock player. You don't want Zeus doing it particularly. Where does it fall to?
I think Zeus might be the one that has to do it, right? Because he is more of a lurker player as well. Edward too, to an extent. So I think it's going to be down to the in-game leader to fill that role.
Yeah, I agree. Gonna be. I mean, I'd give them a bit of time though. It's so early days, and then having to change the dynamic of the lineup as they have, you know, going from there where Guardian, everything was built around him to an extent, and now having totally different aspects. So they'll probably have to try things around a little bit before they figure it out.
Do you think Zeus, when he went to the Gambit team, was kind of mimicking the same system that he was using in the Na'Vi roster, or do you think he changed it up a little bit with the different tools he had?
Absolutely. I think he was mimicking it a lot, or at least what he wanted to do with the Na'Vi roster at times.
Yanko, time's up.
Okay,
time's up, mate.
Sorry,
all the players are in the server. We took a little bit long with that post. They're ready and raring to go for this one. Henry, Harry, take it away. All yours, boys.
Yes. Hello? Hello, yes, hello, welcome back. It's going to be Mirage and Na'Vi versus fnatic here on the second map. And we'll have a look who's going to be starting on the city side. It will be Na'Vi indeed. Disappointing first map for them on Overpass, but looking for redemption here on the second, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the whole kind of season hasn't gone off to the best start for them, I'll be honest with you. You know, losing their first two maps versus Heroic, now losing the one versus fnatic, who, you know, right now, I don't think they've lost anything. I think they're 5-0 up, winning versus LDLC and Big. So, you know, this is a chance for fnatic to keep that flawless streak going and get off to a great start. Or will Na'Vi, as you said, find their redemption and finally start to be on the up?
We'll see what they can do here. For now, it's looking quite positive. It's going to be a 5-on-5. Nothing really interactive as of yet in terms of the buy. A couple of sets of armor. PT-50 there as well. Smoke's being deployed towards end. It looks like Flusher and co will be heading in towards the A-bomb site.
Yeah, they're ready to push on in. Flusher, the man on the entry. Electro has been allowed to work his way up through connector along with Crims, and right now, it's not looking good for Na'Vi. They've been etched out of this A-bomb site. Simple's actually been relegated all the way back in a CT spawn out of the possibility that one of these players could try wrapping round. Now, as the push about to come in, he will be holding the angle, but he's going to get spotted by Crims, so they know where one of these players are. The push now comes through. That nade decimates Zeus. Edward able to equalize things out best he can, but he is going to fall to Golden on that push on in. Simple and flamie peek out from CT. Simple is going to hit the deck. flamie still resides here, though, and he could be the difference maker. Sees pushing up through connector. Spotted out, able to find the first. Spots a man within the site as well. Pulls this back into a 2-on-2. Actually, flamie finishes things off. Gets them both as he peeks out from CT. And Na'Vi, they managed to get that round back on its feet after a very, very shaky start.
Yeah, a few kills coming in there for fnatic at the very start. You saw JW, Golden and Flusher finding frags. Bomb not planted though. The smokes were good, but it was flamie and co even better on the defense. A retake very good indeed. As we said, no bomb going down, so you'd assume the force spike comes in for fnatic here in the second round. We can see Deagles, CZs, and a few pieces of utility as well. 2 smokes to be exact. Golden and Flusher wielding those. It's going to be Simple, who's got the scout towards middle. Obviously the main sniper now for Na'Vi, trying to do what he can as he Has a teammate pushing towards top of middle, but unfortunately for him, if he goes any further, JW is waiting with the Desert Eagle top of mid.
Zeus is going to go ahead and take the aggression out, and as you said, JW's waiting there with the dig, decapitates him, and there we go. First frag, Frown, it's going to go the way of fnatic. And advantage up. flaming spots a fella crossing up in amps, doesn't lead to anything though. A little bit of damage done on Electro, that will be it, but in the meantime, yeah, will actually fall over on B. So that's the equalizer. We're going to go 4-on-4. Crims still holding over here in Palace, while the rest of the team start their rotation in through T-spawn.
Looking promising here for fnatic. We'll see whether they can get anything going. They have got 3 smokes, so can smoke towards the steps. Jungle and CD spawn with Flamey. Looking to shut things down here. He is on the A ramp for now and could find this next frag. Decent damage and the headshot comes in. Finally takes down Golden there, but Crims looking to get the refrag here as he comes out towards that Palace area. It's quite obvious now it's an A-sided attack. The cavalry comes through. It's going to be seized towards Jungle now. Simple doesn't seem convinced right at this point, so now down to Flamey trying to find another kill.
Yes, he's going to be backing him up. Flamey actually falls within the confines of the site. The bomb plant could come through if they deal with Simple, which they will. We're going to see fnatic go back into the 2-on-2 here. Similar scenario to what they lost in the pistol, but this time they've got the bomb planted, and that could be the big difference maker for them. Crossfire set up as JW repositions over here onto stairs. Peeks on through Edward. Going to dispatch a flusher. And then JW keeps taking the aggressive fight, but he can't find him as Edward doubles down. That is going to be the round to go the way of Na'Vi. They will go 2 up, but the bomb plant did come in for fnatic.
It did, and they got 3 kills as well, so they could force them around if they wanted to. JW with $4,000. They can afford Tech-9's armor or UMPs if they want to. They know they kept the CTs relatively modest here, but Edward, he can drop an AWP. He survives the previous round. I did see an AK purchased, so I speculated they could buy into this one. They're going to go for it, Harry. It's a bold move. We'll see if it works out for them. 2 AKs, 3 now. AKs as well with the Desert Eagles. Armor on 3 players. Distributing the wealth out. Certainly an approach that can work out for them. I don't think they'll be anticipating the AWP this early on from the CT side. Big round here. fnatic taking a huge gamble. Didn't have to force this.
Trying to keep Na'Vi on their toes. It has... It's a risky force, as you said, but 3 AKs, a decent bit of firepower into this round. Nice bit of utility up behind it. A little bit limited in terms of what they could do here. They've only got the 2 smokes. That could be used on the cross between stairs and connector, or you could go ahead and toss one in towards CT. That's currently where Simple resides, so that'll be a bad idea to try and nullify him if they can. Flamey able to find the first. The jig is up with the AK's purchase. Flusher does find an equalizer onto Simple, the AWP no less, and actually Flamey going to fall out on the peak, so Flusher doubles down. That could be the opener that they needed. Seized gets one more from CT. Edward now peeks out wide with a UMP and will be punished for it by Lecro as it all falls onto Zeus. He's coming out on the flank. They do anticipate this, and actually the timing is perfect. Lecro looks away. Now I'm going to assume it's clear. Goes to pivot back round, but Zeus finds him. Continues the aggression on in. The bomb timer ticking away. He has to move quickly here. And he will be spotted by Flusher, who gets the triple, the hat-trick, to pick fnatic up that first. The risky force buy pays off. They don't quite manage to get the AWP, though, that was down in CT. But still, that was a fantastic round. Look at this from Lecro. Yeah. I hope we get to see what Flusher did as well, but nah, oh well, I can dream.
You can just remember it.
Yeah.
Use your mind's eye and you can see what he did. But Lecro, you're absolutely right. Going towards that A-bomb site, lighting them up with that AK-47 once again. He really did come to life on the second half of Overpass. Looking even better here. Another forced buy from Na'Vi. Excuse me, I'm back. And you can see the AWP coming out for Simple, UMPs, CZs. And it definitely does count as a force buy. A couple of pistols there. Unarmored Siege with the UMP. He must have had to drop the AWP, and we'll see whether they can get anything going here whatsoever. As you mentioned, the AWP not picked up by fnatic in the previous round. I didn't think that'd be a big deal. I didn't think that Na'Vi would have an AWP going to number 4 here. But this is huge. Whoever wins this will be forcing the opposition onto an eco here.
fnatic trying to push in through mid. Flamey gets flashed on in, but it's going to fall short. That's the man advantage picked up here for the Swedes. Going to continue pushing on down. Now turning their attention into connector. Simple is primed and ready in the site, but already damage found. Takes that peek out. Down goes Lecro. Continues going back for more. Crim's just waiting with bated breath down here in Connector. Currently finds himself a little bit trapped. But luckily enough for him, Simple started rotating on off. Over here towards CT. Could have the read on this perfectly as he actually starts to make his way over to B. Edward hears everything. Simple's already there. This AWP just moving around for the side of Na'Vi. And fnatic, they should not be prepared for this whatsoever. Pop Flash will go out, but it's going to not blind Simple. So he's positioned perfectly, and he was the linchpin there. He could have made all the difference, but instead now it's Edward to try and step up. Simple still doing damage with the AWP, and flusha left in a 1v2. Simple nails it home, and that is Na'Vi to pick themselves up a third round on the back of one man's heroics.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Simple. The main AWPer now for Na'Vi, obviously Guardian moving over to FaZe. There were question marks around this lineup. Who would pick up the main AWP? But it does make a lot of sense. Simple, one of the most talented players in CSGO in its entirety. Known to be a good AWPer, but not a stable one. He's very erratic, very skilled, but can be a little bit difficult to handle and manage sometimes, I guess. But that's a great round from him. Bit of a gamble in terms of the buy from the CTs, but it's working out. And now they do have full control of round number 5. Zeus with aggressive play towards the Palace finds JW. Upgrades a little Deagle there as well. This is the force buy from fnatic. We did say whoever won the previous would be forcing their opponents onto an eco. They've gone for the force. Smoke's being deployed right now, but Simple, he's there, ready and waiting. Can he find the next shot?
Getting on and smoke off. The push up from ramp, and that's enough to force fnatic's hand back. The aggression from Zeus up in Palace will be punished by flusha. That's now netted him a FAMAS to try and make some magic happen with that push. A little bit unnecessary perhaps from Zeus.
Especially since he got the first pick as well. Worked out they've got Deagles, CZs, you've got the 5-on-4, you have the orbs, your money's not great. I'd say just do everything you can to make sure any kills that the T's want to challenge, there's a crossfire there, there's a refrag available. Him being there by himself, it's definitely a gamble, could have worked out for him, but unfortunately not. And now we've got fnatic with a chance to go towards B here. They've got Molotovs as well. They can Molotov towards the van and the bomb site if they want to. Cizo with that AK, he was very quiet on overpass. We need him to start fragging now for Na'Vi. It's been a difficult evening for him. Aim not quite there. Did spot one, but goes to the safer player and falls back.
Now they are going to be sending 2 in through lower tunnels. That is Golden and Lecro. The bomb going to start to fall back. If they actually went into B right now, there's only one man there. Lecro trying to squeeze in through window. Edward looks away. That's the man advantage now secured for fnatic. And Lecro going to go pushing on through. C's able to pick him up, no problem. But now it's to turn his attention back out into B. And he'll be sent reeling back into shop. So now that bomb plant can come in.
I think they've just got it. He misplanted though. Yeah, he went to get plant, right? And let go of it before it went down. That's so awkward, it's unreal. Can we get a replay of that if possible? I just want to make sure I'm right before I call him out. From my POV, I was watching on my monitor, and it looked like he was about to plant the bomb, stopped, pulled it back out again, and then there was like less than 4 seconds on the clock when he went to plant. And that's what happened, and I think that means everyone gets wrecked and no one gets any money. So this is a nightmare for fnatic. Oh dear, oh dear. So we'll maybe get a replay of that for next round and the freeze time. I just want to make sure that's exactly what happened. But there it is, seized. And you get the opening frags, and this should be a bit of a walk in the park. Golden gets one back, but yeah, you don't really see that so much in professional CS. That's more of like a matchmaking blunder. So you go to plant the bomb and you panic, and there was no one really pushing him either. There's no real reason to get off that bomb, especially when the time's so low. There's nothing I can really say to you that might have happened that led to that disaster. That's why I talk over that round. That's kind of a big deal. We don't really see that a lot. But there it is, 5-1. Na'Vi in the driving seat now. Money still in the bin for fnatic. Round number 7, they'll have to take a full eco here.
Yeah, I mean, flusha give, flusha take away as well. He's the man responsible for both. But in this round, yeah, it's just going to be a case of buying down what they can once more. You can see Lecro's got himself the armor up behind the Deagle. A little bit of utility to play with. 4 players lying in wait, though, including Simple, who's taken the aggressive stance. That's flusha already eliminated. The rest of the guys are going to come running on in, but Simple pounces in for more. And there we go. All finished off a 3K for Simple. 1 for Flamey, 1 for Zeus. Nice, easy mop-up round there from them there. Don't lose anyone, keep it flawless. That money's still starting to accrue over on the CT side, and now fnatic, they can go for this buy.
Yeah, bickering might have ensued there on the fnatic side. A couple of frustrating rounds then led to a few more being given away because the money situation is so dire. If you're not familiar, if you stay alive after the time expires, at the top of your screen about the bomb being planted, the terrorists side get no money to the next round. It's like a punishment for them staying alive. You're not allowed to do that. That's a nice creative smoke. I like that a lot. And that's why there's 3 of them, I believe. So the back end's win now. Things stabilized out. It will be 6-1 overall. Nice shot from JW, waiting for the aggression of Zeus towards the underpass there. Takes him down. Now they've got something to work with here. fnatic still very early days. Sure, it looks like a scary scoreline 6-1, but we're only just getting to the halfway point of the first half. So we'll see if they can capitalize at this point, looking to pick up their second round.
Aggression from flamie comes in over towards T-ramp, though, and this is where things could get dangerous. He's allowed to just slip on by. There is a player watching for this, and it's going to be golden. Timing has to be perfect, though. We often see players just look away as the peak eventually comes in, but this time he won't. There we go. The man advantage extended even further as flamie falls on his aggressive rampage up through ramp. Now fnatic, where are they going to go on the back? This is no one for Na'Vi out on A. They're going to rotate Edward off, playing for that A retake.
I don't think they'll go for the retake. I think it will just be, if the bomb goes towards B, you just save the weapon. If your bomb goes towards A, you just save. Like, you're not going to go for this one. Especially when you know that they've got to have full crossfires, utility left over, very early frags. They don't go for this retake, pretty much.
Yeah, so they're just going to give up this site, leave everyone over on B. And yeah, now they can save. fnatic, I mean, if they don't get Honey, they keep 5 players live here. That's going to be quite good for the T-side economy when you think about how it was so crippled just a matter of rounds ago. And yeah, I mean, in relation to the scoreline right now, it's going to go 6-2. While that does look kind of scary on paper, as you were saying, it isn't that bad when you think about the fact of what, 2 rounds come off the back, or 3 rounds, sorry, come off the back of that bomb site blunder from flusha. So, all things considered, not really that bad. Half of the rounds gathered up really do come down to that missed bomb plant.
Well, we're going to have a look at that coming up now. So, okay. I wanted to see whether it was how bad it was, you know. I wasn't sure whether he maybe spotted someone and he panicked. Was it just him pulling his gun out too early on? Let's have a look. So, time was running out, 3 seconds, and he did have the chance of the plant there. And I think, I can't see the top of the screen, so what was the time there? So yeah, he pulled it out. So, goes to the plant. There was no real reason to stop planting, was there? I have no idea what the problem was there. Very interesting, and just to know that was a bit of an anomaly. That doesn't really happen. That's maybe about a bit of communication issues, and here we go then. Round number 9. 6-2. And we'll see whether Na'Vi can get back into this and try and reset fnatic here. 3k on each fnatic player after the reinvestment. In terms of the aggression of the CDs, we'll punish that before. JW finding the underpass push from Zeus, and this time he finds Simple. JW looking incredibly sharp in the last few rounds. Another 5-on-4 advantage for fnatic. We'll see if they can capitalize once again. Towards the connector we go. Do the CDs take another gamble here? Do they go for a reaction play? Do they try and push towards B apartments, towards the lower ramp, towards Palace? Something has to happen here. You can't just sit back and wait.
It seems like their way of springing into action is to send Crims up in a connect to the bomb, and the rest of the guys starting there. Rotating through apps. They have Golden over on short. 3 players in apartments. Crims, he's waiting, trying to catch off these rotators as they come through, but seized.
That's the bomb. What's JW up to? That's a blunder in itself, yeah. Harry.
We say he's unorthodox, and sometimes, you know, maybe not in the best of ways. There you go. It's 3-on-3. Crims is causing some issues down in the back lines.
But they've rotated. Caesar took down the bomb and then runs off.
I don't think he realised, well, so it's blunder after blunder.
You definitely know. The top left corner, when you take a kill, you look in the radar, it tells you as soon as you kill someone with the bomb. He's left that site open now. Surely he must have realised. But apparently not. 3-on-2 now. Na'Vi still with the advantage, but a few issues coming through, and sees a little bit slow there on the AWP shot, and it's Lekro. He's not slow at all, looking fantastic, but the timeout comes in once again. It's a bit of a nightmare for both teams. No one really playing exceptional CS. So JW goes out first towards that B side with the AWP, with the bomb on his back. Sure, that's not the biggest deal in the world, I guess, but the fact it goes down and no one's there to pick it up, you can see them kind of floundering a little bit, but C's, I'm not sure how he doesn't realize he dropped the bomb at that point. In the top left, if you find a kill, it always tells you once you've killed the bomb carrier. He just rotates straight off. Maybe he just assumes they'll grab it and they'll run towards A because he's got the AWP there. Surely, though, you just stay just for a little bit just to make sure you can watch that bomb and see whether they can pick it up or salvage it. But then the timer runs out again for fnatic. So that's another nightmare situation. 7-2 for Na'Vi. They pull one back. A few players surviving, though, for Na'Vi. So their money's fine. fnatic, on the other hand, they will be buying into this themselves. So it's dwindle now. This will be their last buy. AWP up for JW. 4 AKs out. Crim's limited, only got a couple of flashbangs to work with here. In terms of their setup at the moment. 2 towards underpass. Crim's working towards the palace area. And Lekro holding middle. He's been so good so far. Great shots in the previous round, but ran out of time once again.
Yeah, fnatic, I mean, time has been their worst enemy thus far. And close second of that has been Simple on the AWP. So currently waiting over in CT spawn. Zeus going to be holding near connector. Has to be careful because there is a man boosted up in window. He is going to be holding for it, but flusha finds the frag. Now let's try and spring into action as the rest of the team start to make their way out in towards A. They've carved a path on in. The boost from Simple does not pan out. Doesn't net anything, but it's Edward to find the equalizer. Simple going to be doing that much more in from CT as he converts his back into a 3-on-3. That was able to take one. The bomb still has not gone down. There's only 20 seconds left. It's going to start to come on in. Can't get denied by flamie. So this time, fnatic, they finally get that very, very slippery, elusive bomb down. And now the rest of the guys for Na'Vi trapped down in CT. This push a little bit disjointed, but it is panning out as JW and flusha, they're the two that remain. Once a terrifying duo to have to contend with. But Na'Vi pushing on in. Bomb planting for flusha. JW can get an eye on it as well.
Oh, the smoke, though. That removes him from the situation. But JW, not for him, but Simple deals with that problem. And now, surely, just have to spray the smoke. The human shield deployed, and through the smoke, it's Simple. All right, then. Well, he would have got at least some traces through the smoke at that point with the AK being fired. But still, an impressive shot nonetheless. Big round there for Na'Vi to pick up. Now the money's starting to get in a real tight situation for fnatic. They've had some really horrible round, I have to say. I normally hate to use that word, but it's that timeout round, 2 of those coming in, and one of them just shouldn't have happened. There's just no explanation for it. Sometimes you're carried away, you don't realize you have to rush into the side, you get taken down, they could all go wrong, or you get orbed in the bomb carrier. But that round where flusha just tried to plant, pulled his weapon out, it just didn't make any sense. There was nothing behind that. There was just a lapse of concentration, I guess. I'm not really sure. But a timeout for fnatic. Around 3.5k per player, or maybe a little bit less than that, maybe about 3k. As we can see, Lekro 4,200. They're just taking a tactical time around this. Maybe just to calm down. A few of these rounds have been a bit crazy. Na'Vi, though, after losing 69 in the first round, looking much better here. It's Simple, 12 kills. Sure, we say overpass an AWP-centering map of Mirage. That definitely is. We can bring out double AWPs if we want to on this one and have lots of room to work with. Simple's been great so far. Had a few challenges from JW, but overall, I'd say he's coming out on top. Round number 11, 8-2. Is this the forced buy from fnatic? It's the partial buy right now. So taking themselves down to about $1,500 per player. They only get third round loss bonus into the next one, though. And that should have been a guaranteed kill, I would have thought, from Simple. Misses it. Lekro capitalizes, takes down Zeus towards jungle. And now we've got something to work with here. Simple floundering a little bit as the flashbacks hitting him in the face. He's got players coming from CT spawn as well.
Yeah, luckily enough, C's going to be there to help him out in that regard. Does managed to pick up one on the lurking player. The bomb plant hasn't come in just yet, and flamie pushing up through short. Just going to start to cut these guys down. Golden trying to pick up one in the meantime. The bomb on the back of flusha. flamie, they're going to go in and take the fight to him in mid, and it does pay off. Simple desperately trying to rotate on in. Going to run through that Molotov and takes a lot of damage as a result. Looking at a reposition over in B to try and shut this down. He has to connect this first shot, but if he does, the implications are massive. Spots it, they jump across, get into the site. He's going to take the fight to them, but Golden connects the shot at 3k for him. And fnatic will be back in this with their third. And look at how low the money is for Na'Vi. They were 8-2 up until that round, and now they're investing everything they've got into this round.
8-3. Fnatic there with the CZs, the tech lines, the smokes, some body armor, so we call the partial buy. They went in towards the A site, and then that first missed shot by Simple. He hits that, I think the round's a complete sweep for them, but he misses it somehow. It must be millimeters. Zeus goes down towards the jungle area, and then chaos ensues. It is a difficult buy now for Na'Vi. You can see Simple chaining his position up. He's been kind of chained towards CD spawn so far. At this point, going towards top and middle, trying to find the first pick. You can see Na'Vi, they know they have to operate quickly here. They need to find information, potentially their first frag. They can't really hold off a full execution here with 2 UMPs, almost no utility whatsoever. You can see they've got what, like 2 smokes remaining, no incendiaries, a couple of flashbangs. If this is a full execution now from the Fnatic side, they just run away with this one. Na'Vi know it. Simple comes back towards the A site, drops his final smoke towards the Palace there. At this point, we can see C's doing a fantastic job in terms of map control. Look at his position right now, all the way through those B apartments, trying to funnel them towards A, and it's working out quite nicely.
All the information he's got has meant that now there's 4 players for Na'Vi out on A. And that smoke that was meant for window actually missed earlier on as well, so Fnatic can't rely too heavily on Flash to come in through connector as they get ready to start this push on him. Bombs the first thing out once again, gonna get dropped. The Zeus and Flamey between them do serious damage. And now Flusher and JW make that just Flusher. All that remains, 1v4, and he's gonna fall to Simple. Fnatic, they all fall down in this round. And Na'Vi, they're gonna go 9-3 up.
So C's doesn't find any frags there, but he pretty much wins the round single-handedly. The fact he pushed towards the B apartments by himself, pretty brave. It was definitely a risk, but he gets all the way near towards T spawn, meaning so much information's gathered. He can hold that position, cool for the stack to go towards the A side, like he pointed out. 4 Na'Vi players there. They're close range setups, one towards Shadow, one at the close corner as well, baiting him in, trying to find those kills, and Fnatic just had no response to it. Weren't expecting that sort of stack to come through. They thought they had the advantage there, but the gambles from Na'Vi work out in spades. It's going to be round number 13, the double AWP set coming in. We do know Seized is the secondary AWPer for Na'Vi here. Number 13. 4 spy though for the Swedes. 2 AKs, 3 pistols, and Seized. He needs to start hitting those shots. Struggling with the AWP. JW takes him down.
And they're going to get fast on the back of this. Edward at short spreads the damage thinly across them, but Simple is already there, and in a big way as he takes 2. This entire push gets dismembered by the AWPer for Na'Vi. And now they're going to try and execute out through mid. Zeus could get caught in the crossfire here. He's able to do damage, but it's going to fall to Golden. So Fnatic still maintain this man advantage, but Flamey, he could be the difference maker. Takes the first. Simple rains that down from short. And now Lekro in the 1v1 with Simple. Only has that UMP. He's going to go ahead and take the angle aggressively, but Simple's already here. Finishes him off with the USP, and that's Na'Vi 10-3 up now.
Simple having one hell of a game here, Harry. 19 kills after 13 rounds. He recovers it. We did see C's difficult interaction with him. You think he hits that shot for days, but unfortunately JW blows his head off. They get towards the B bomb site, but Simple saves the day. It was another force by there from Fnatic. They have to take an eco here. Tactical timeout from the Swedes. Try and work out what the next player is. Surely just eco into the next round, but this is Na'Vi finding double digits now. Plenty of money for the Na'Vi side. Just they know they're up against the eco this round. They'll be able to maybe get a couple of UMPs out. Just prepare for number 15. Here's the frag shots for you. Simple 19, Seed 13. On the other side, JW 11, Flusher 8. Underperformers. Crims 3 for 11 there, Harry. He was so good on overpass. He was carrying them. And now dropped off somewhat on the T side of Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, it gets worse than that.
They force buying? They are.
Up until recently, they only had 1 kill, but yeah, I mean, the force going to be coming on in for Fnatic.
Well, Crims is on 2 for 11, just to note. Not even 3.
Oh, so you gave him more credit than he was due. Yeah, I mean, the carry man Crims has disappeared, and instead, we've got a husk of what was left in his place. They're going to go rushing into B, and here we go. Seized and Edward to try and keep this from getting out of control, and while Edward finds the first, Seized going to be stepping up as well. Is tagged low in the process. Edward now here has support from Zeus. Crimson Flusher, they're the 2 to try and pull this one back, and they're doing a fairly decent job of it right now. They've taken down 2, have control of the site. Going to go for the plant. Flusher fakes it out. This time it's justified. Flamey's going to go ahead and take the aggression as a result. Simple picks up 1 from short, and Flamey delivers death. The team ace comes in for Na'Vi as they're going to go 11-3 up. Last round of the half, no money left for Fnatic.
Yeah, that was the gamble from them there. Rushing B, flashing over, trying to sit together. Wasn't the prettiest of holds there from Na'Vi, but they get the job done. The rounds on the board. Went for the full spray through the wooden window sill and didn't really get much damage there. Had to reload. Almost fell apart there as Fnatic got a couple of frags, but saving the day was that Flamey and Zeus with the frags required. Forced by, of course, round number 15. Looking for that fourth round for Fnatic. They have won these rounds in the past, but we'll see if they can do anything with this now as we enter round number 15. Zeus and co spotting players towards top of middle, but Edward surely finds frags here. Just fall back a little bit. Flash gets some height as well, but this could fall apart. Yep, caught out of position there. Wasn't expecting them to come in so quickly, and now they will come in towards B. And the C's can't get that aim once again. Really is struggling in some of these rounds, but Zeus certainly not. That's lovely by him. Finds a couple of frags, and hopefully some time as well as he drops the incendiary.
Yeah, the bomb actually going to start rotating back through lower tunnels. So all Crims is doing now is keeping them here, and he's doing a fantastic job of just that. The bomb plant will come in, but it will mean it's JW most likely left in a 1v2 unless we see heroics come out from Crims. He's tagged very, very low. JW given ample time to get into an after plant here. Going to take the fight to them. Spot set simple, but he's the man you don't want to come face to face to. If you're all on your own, JW starts to fade away. Plays this one more passively. Going to go ahead and reposition over on ramp. Might even try wrapping all the way around, but no, instead, yeah, he's going to go up into Palace. Starts his mass migration up into Palace now. He has to try and be the Prince for Fnatic as they're going to go ahead and stick the defuse. Simple spots him out. A nice quick flick, and that is good night. 12-3, the first half will be over, and a fantastic one from Na'Vi.
And a disastrous one from Fnatic. Two horrible rounds there, the timeouts, and one that just didn't really make much sense at all. But yes, you're absolutely right. Much better from the Na'Vi side. We'll see if they can close this one out in the second half after a quick break. All right, welcome back. Polar opposites as to what we saw in the first map here, Harry. Na'Vi with a huge lead. 12-3 after the first half. Fnatic not looking the best on Mirage. Some of the key players just not showing up for them. Crims especially, after his powerhouse performance on Overpass. Couldn't get it done at all on Mirage. He seemed almost non-existent there, so that's a bit of a problem. But still, 12-3. They move over to technically the quote-unquote easier half on the CT side. Win the pistol. That could potentially mean 12-6, and they're right back into it. So not done just yet. Team like Fnatic, very experienced, and they'll be fighting for every single round here.
Yeah, a lot of it relying on that pistol. And yeah, I mean, it's quite worrying whenever Crims is the one underperforming. He's usually considered to be one of kind of the stable pillars within Fnatic. And if your foundations aren't holding up right, then the rest of the team can't really build on top of that. So going to have to really see him step up heading into this second half. But, you know, Fnatic, they're a team that can remain resilient. As you said, lots of experience on this roster. And it all really comes down to this pistol round. That's going to decide the fate of this game. So initially, we've got kits across the board for Fnatic. Armor almost across the board, apart from the kit up on Crims. He's got himself a nade to go with it. Now V going to be sending 3 of their players right now with the bomb in tow through lower tunnels, leaving Seized out and over in top mid. Meanwhile, Simple holds off in Palace. It looks like they want to try and split up through connector into A.
Well, they are going to get towards the window here. CT's presence towards shore, and that's where Seized is heading. Edward ready and waiting to jump in, but JW finds the first frag. We did say they win the pistol. There's definitely a chance, but Simple, he's looking incredibly sharp right now. Simple, to find one kill. It's Golden and JW to fight back, and that should be the pistol concluded. Not really much to speak of there from fnatic. From Na'Vi, I should say, sorry. And completely wrecked one by one. It seemed like quite a nice little build-up, boosting players towards the window, going towards connector, but they seem to have a bit of an oversight, not even watching towards short. Golden comes around the corner, finds 2 easy frags, and will be fnatic running away with that one. It's going to be Na'Vi on the force by now. Scouts, CZ, and a Galil for Flamey. So no bomb going down, but still managing to get the Galil out.
Yeah, they've got 2 players right now over in mid. Edward and C slowly but surely pushing in through lower tunnels. Golden actually going to be watching for that from short. They have to be cautious because he can just rain death down from above. Has support from window as well. Going to start to peek over the top of the smoke. Doesn't yield anything. Simple is allowed to cross out into top mid. So mid control. Looking to try and be taken by Na'Vi. They're going to be allowed to get seized up into connector, and Simple lands that shot. Seized continues his aggression on up as well. It's going to pay off for them. Golden falls at short, and this round is falling apart right now for fnatic as Crims and Letgrow, they're the 2 players left. The scout on Crims isn't going to be up much longer as he falls prey to Edward with that CZ. It's been devastating. And now Letgrow, the last man left, 1v5. Where did it all go wrong? He tries to pull it back, but Edward shuts him down. And Na'Vi, they're going to go 13-4. Henry, what the hell just happened in that round?
A very fast round from Na'Vi there. Didn't seem like they had much hope, but the scout, the Galil combo, certainly unorthodox. You didn't really see that too often in the second round. You need a couple of kills to make that work, to even be able to afford the Galil in the first place. They distribute the wealth accordingly, go very quick, find the frags, and that's a disaster for fnatic. They're 13-4. There will be a force buy in response, so they need this to even stay alive within this game. Aggression from the terrorist side at the very start, and the CTs. There seems to be an oversight almost every single round. They seem tunnel visioned towards a particular area. Both these teams kind of shuffling up their rosters. Not everything's going to be completely on point, but that frag a little bit too easy for the CT. That point is rushing up middle with the CZ. No one really thinking about that being a possibility. But still, 4-4. Flamey finds the frag in response. Golden, he goes towards top of middle here.
Yeah, he's going to be holding the angle very aggressively. Starts to peek on in. Edward, in the meantime, is here to try and keep an eye on him. I'm going to go ahead and retrieve the scout and throw that one out the map. So that means there's nothing there for Golden to retrieve. JW spotted Zeus, but Zeus is faster on the trigger with the Famous. That's the man advantage picked up, but Golden, he's the man who could throw a major spanner in the works. He's slipped on through, bypassed Edward, who was the man keeping an eye on the angle, and now he's sneaking on in from behind. They're not ready for this. He finds the first, drops the bomb.
It's all falling apart. It's definitely not pretty CS at this point. It's just a bit chaotic. No one really looking that good. It's going to be fnatic finding a couple of frags down to the 2-on-2. Massive oversights being made across the board, and just tunnel vision in terms of the strategy. Still with time remaining here, but Zeus doing damage towards CD spawn. He knows where one is. Seized and Zeus to try and clutch this one out, or fnatic to try and keep the dream alive. Lekko down to 19 HP. Crimson towards that connector area as well. Sees pushing towards his position, but can't find the shot there once again. No one really lighting up in terms of aim right now. Here we go. Sees another chance to find this kill. Can't do it. And this is turning into a bit of a nightmare. 5 seconds remaining. Is it going to time out? It is. That bomb is not going down. Oh, it's just horrible CS area. I hate to say it. It's not great. Really disappointing.
I don't know what's going on, Henry.
Really disappointing anti-EQ there from Na'Vi. There's so many oversights there. They don't seem comfortable. All you need to do is hold up defensively at the start, wait for the pushes to come in, but they spotted a player in the window area at the top and middle. All got carried away, trying to nade him. Caught their nades out, lost that first round, that first frag, and then it's a little bit chaotic, dropping their smokes and then running into CZs one by one. It's not pretty, but fnatic do keep their heads above water here.
Yeah, somehow they're able to buy down both sides actually buying into this fairly heavily. It's the most budget rifle round I think we've seen in a while. You've got JW on the scout. The M4 carried forward for Zeus, and stacked up outside of A. Throwing in the smokes and flashes, just going to go for a set piece here. As they are ready to push on in. Going to be able to force Crims back. He actually pushes up through the smoke. flusha finds the first. Pounces out and still has more ammo. More damage left to give to the world. But Zeus, he's going to snuff him out early on. So they continue this aggression on in. The wall of smokes is prevailing for the time being. It's kept fnatic at bay. JW going to start to peek out from CT. It doesn't yield them much just yet. But seems like Na'Vi don't have anyone else to keep an eye on it. They have no more utility to block this off, and there's still plenty on Lekr0 when you look at it, and that could make such a huge difference. One in Sentry over here could have been enough to flush them out, which it has. flamie, though, when he emerges with his back against the wall, takes the head clean off of Lekr0. Crims able to trade into the 3-on-3 we go. Everyone tagged relatively low. Down goes Golden. JW pulls this one back. Simple in from Sandwich. Clutches it out in the 1v2. As he finishes them both off. Na'Vi, they get themselves a 14th. And Henry, I mean, you're right. This is not pretty CS that we're seeing right now.
No, it's just a bit of like chaotic a little bit. It's understandable. Both these teams are new lineups and might not necessarily be that drilled at some of the situations like the anti-ecos or the force buys. But still, for now, 14-5. That was the full set piece there from Na'Vi. Certainly could have been anyone's round there. Simple clutching it out with like 10 HP from Sandwich. Just about hit that last bullet. He's on 26 kills, 7 deaths right now with an ADR of 113. That's monstrous. And we'll go to another A execution here. Off the bat, it's fine, and we'll see whether it works out for them. It's going to be a force fight from fnatic, of course, but flusha, I predict he probably gets about 2 kills here. Okay, maybe not. Edward takes him down, and now it's up to Golden. Close range, that's CZ. Surely that's a pre-fire, and he does get the kill. C's takes him down.
And JW trapped in the smoke. He will fall, and Simple just lights it up. Seized, slam dunks Crims out of this matchup. And now it's just Lekr0, 1v5 with a Deeg. It would require some very, very heroic antics. Gonna take the peek on out. Lands the first, but he's been tagged very low in the process. I know exactly where it is. That nade. Good night. As Edward throws that in to finish him off. It's going to go 15-5, sorry. Na'Vi going to arrive at match point here. And this will be their first map win in ESL Pro League if they manage to get this.
And what a dominant one it's been, to be fair. Looking very good, I have to say. 15-5. And Scouts, CZs, 5-7s, Deagles. But this could be just one of the maps with fnatic with the new lineup. Just haven't had time to really work on this one. Like I said, there's sloppy plays across the board and some timing issues, and it probably is exactly that. And I'm sure we'll see some tweets after this game of that manner. But here we go. Force buy. First shot from Edward. What a shot that is as well. Takes down Crims, who's been very quiet. He's currently sat on 7 kills, 18 deaths. So that's not ideal. But 5-4. Na'Vi is there around to throw away. This will be a perfect chance just to win out now. Hold up. Use the smokes. Drop all your utility. No point saving money now. Use the Molotovs. Flush out any potential CTs. We can see flamie by himself an A now. He's baiting out what they've got left. That's quite nice. Still alive for now. Haven't really given away anything. So he falls back towards the A ramp. Bomb's still down in T-spawn. I like this though. As long as they don't run the clock out, I'm absolutely fine with this situation for now. Flush out. Knows things are a bit desperate. Golden's not even got any armor. Just a deal. As we enter 52nd mark. Flush up. Need to be very good with this pistol. Might find Zeus here. Ooh, this shot. Oh, no one can really do the damage, but the call given. flamie takes him down.
Yeah, they're ready to try and push into A. The rotates coming in from the boys that were on B. JW and Lekr0 going to be the last two to spring into action here, and actually they've already lost one. JW goes down. The 2 players in CT get lit up. Lekr0 able to find the first, but that will be it. Edward and Simple between them get the trades, and that's going to be Na'Vi winning out Mirage 16-5. A dominant performance from them in spite of fnatic looking a little bit rusty. Both teams are, I think, guilty of that here in this match. Not the best we've seen from Na'Vi, and I hope it does improve, but there we go. I mean, it's a win. And that's how you got to look at it.
That's what we kind of expected when we came back into the season. We've just had the player break, we had roster shuffles, and sloppy CS is going to happen. But to break it down and have a look at that one, it'll be the boys in the desk. Over to you.
Day and night there between map 1 and map 2 for Na'Vi and fnatic. Simple off the back of the first map, he really turned it on. In the second one, he was blistering on that scoreboard, and old mate Crims, he dropped off. He had a really good first game, so just role reverses.
Turn it on, Chad. What are you trying to say here?
He took a blue pill.
What are you trying to imply? Well, blue pill.
Yeah.
I always go for the red one, but yeah, I think
Good choices we make.
after the 6 maps we've seen from fnatic in their 6 6 different maps in the 6 games they played. I think it's not that hard to conclude which one is the weakest at the moment, or where they seem the most lost, at least. Those situations with not planting the bomb.
Yeah, it doesn't help, does it? And then you could tell after those slight mistakes that I'm not sure really what happened, but then their timing started to be super off.
Yeah.
They started pushing into bomb sides, even in like pushes where they were going to get there per se, but still they were going very, very individually. Again, no refract possibilities, making plays for players like Simple way too easy in the B bomb side, for example, A bomb side too. So yeah, I mean, just I reckon it just crumbled when those mistakes happened with the bomb plants early on.
What's good to see is that fnatic still has the ability to pounce, right? We saw it in the first gun round, basically just more or less a contact play towards the A bomb side, good teamwork, good spacing, the trade kills were there, but yeah, it does seem that their game plan fell apart after those 2 failed plans, pretty much. As you said, it influences your economy a lot as well.
Yeah, we definitely spoke a lot of high praises about this team and, you know, the system they were able to put in place to get map territory and then base that off and do some strategies later down the line. Didn't happen here a couple of times, like you guys mentioned. Those missing plants in those situations is like the flusher one was like he had 2 people covering him. I'm not sure what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, there were situations where they were going like, I felt like they were doing the right choice.
Yeah.
For example, early on in the first half, there was a situation where they managed to get Crims in the connector, and he was kind of stuck there, so everyone else just fell back. They went to B apps, and they tried to make a contact play in B, but unfortunately, Edward, being on a window, managed to get one on Simple, chimed in as well, and get another one right there and then. But then, had they been able to trade those skills, for example, like Crims was still in connector, he would have been really good there to catch off the rotations, and they would have had a really good opportunity to win around. So they were doing decision-wise, I think there were situations when they were on point, but they just didn't manage to execute.
Well, that's the first loss there for fnatic, but it is the first win for Na'Vi, and off the back of that CT side where Simple was basically having a lot of heroics with the AWP, he was getting the combat all happening. He was the man who pushed them through that first half with a big scoreline, or at least he was the leading factor. And we flip over to the T side. Looks like business as usual for this Na'Vi. Loving the pistol play under the window. That's something which they've done for as long as I can remember. And then, you know, just they didn't win the round, but they still had those tendencies, right? They still had the same style of play that they used to have when Zeus was in-game leading.
Yeah, no need to reinvent the wheel.
Maybe I should think of a better question next time. It's my job as a host, right, to ask the questions.
I had something to say, but the moment passed. I was looking at the screen, and they pointed out the round where C's got the kill with the AWP. He killed the C4, but because of the angle that he was holding, he didn't see the bomb drop. And we were all watching the game and wondering, why is he rotating? He saw the bomb on the radar. But it is possible, I believe, because of the angle he was holding, that he didn't even see the bomb, and then it wouldn't pop on his radar. It's this one, and you can see him going away even though he killed the C4. So from his perspective, he doesn't see it. I'm not sure if it would show on the radar regardless.
Yeah,
probably not. It's something that you wouldn't really miss, and you can see how they were rotating back to A.
Let's assume it didn't.
This was the round where they first failed the Molotov. They mollied the apps, so they had to smoke so they could get out of B apps. And then again, I think Lekro was in the site and Flasha decided not to go in and plant the bomb.
Yeah.
So very, very strange.
Recurring theme.
Yeah, more promising signs for Na'Vi there than what we had seen in the earlier games, but it is off the back of a good, simple performance. Like, if you look at the scoreboard for everyone else, okay, C's was the second on the fragging. Now, I know we're not ones who look at fragging and say that really, you know, defines if a team win or loses, but when Simple has 27 and, you know, the rest of the scoreboard is sitting around 15 to 13, you know, he's doing a lot of work there. And someone has to get the frags. We all know that if the frags come your way, if you're someone proactive like Simple finding them. But do you think this map was just better for them, or do you think it was Simple just doing a lot of work?
I think it was a combination of a couple of things. He was playing really well with the AWP, and also Na'Vi having that early control of the economy, more comfortable all around on the CT side. And last but not least, fnatic did help them a little bit with some of their questionable decisions mid and late round.
Yeah, no, I mean, what is there to add, to be honest with you? Fnatic, I think the biggest part really was Fnatic helping them out with those situations, and that just gave them the lead to Na'Vi, and they ran away with it.
I think Na'Vi's going to have a tough task coming up for them next week when they're at DreamHack Malmo. I think they have Astralis in their group, right? So that's going to be very difficult for them going into there. That's it for this matchup. I think we've said everything we needed to say. Next up, we're going to have North taking on NIP, Swedes versus the Danes. It's going to be interesting to see how NIP are going, if they can play anything other than Cage.